Did you know that Erling Haaland, the infamous striker nicknamed Goal Machine, set a long jump record at the age of 5? Or that his father was a professional footballer in the Premier League? The journey from a small boy in Bryn, Norway to an international football superstar is truly an inspiring one. Erling Braut Haaland was born on July 21, 2000, in Leeds, England. His father, Erling Haaland, is a former professional footballer who played for famous clubs such as Leeds United and Manchester City. Haaland's mother, Marie de Braut, is a former track and field athlete, which explains Haaland's superior physical foundation. In 2004, the Haaland family returned to their hometown of Bryn, a small town in Norway. Here, young Haaland grew up in an environment of football and sports, always full of energy and passion. Haaland showed his difference early at the age of 5. He set a long jump record of 1.63 meters in the junior category. This not only demonstrated his physical strength but also his innate athletic potential. Erling once recalled, "Erling always asked me about Premier League matches when I was still playing. He wanted to become a better player than me. That was his dream since he was a child." Haaland began his career at the youth academy of Bryn FK in his hometown. His coach once commented, "From the age of 6, Haaland had an extraordinary determination. He always wanted to score and was always in the right place at the right time." At the age of 15, Haaland made his debut for Bryn's first team in the Norwegian second division. Although he did not score in his first season, his speed, size, and positioning made a strong impression. In 2017, Haaland joined Molde FK, a larger club in Norway, managed by Ole Gunnar Solskjær, who would later manage Manchester United. There, Haaland developed rapidly, scoring 20 goals in 50 games for Molde and attracting the attention of European scouts. Since childhood, Haaland has been known as a funny boy. He often imitated the celebrations of famous players like Ronaldo or Ibrahimovic in the schoolyard. Do you think Haaland's journey from small-town Norwegian boy to world-class superstar is destined? And how far will this talent go? In 2019, Haaland joined Red Bull Salzburg, one of Austria's top clubs. This was a turning point in his career when he began to make a splash in the European arena. Haaland scored 29 goals in 27 matches in the 20,192,020 season, including 8 goals in just 6 UEFA Champions League group stage matches. Notably, in his Champions League debut, Haaland scored a hat-trick against KRC Genk in just the first 45 minutes. This made him the second teenager in the history of the tournament to achieve this feat after Wayne Rooney. In January 2020, Haaland joined Borussia Dortmund for a transfer fee of €20 million. He immediately created a fever when he scored a hat-trick on his debut against Augsburg after only 23 minutes on the bench. In his first season at Dortmund, Haaland scored 13 goals in 15 Bundesliga matches. In total, he scored 86 goals in 89 matches for the club, achieving an incredible scoring rate. In 2021, Haaland won the Best Young Player of the Champions League award after scoring 10 goals in the season. Becoming the top scorer in the Champions League that year, Haaland was also a key factor in helping Dortmund win the German Cup DFB Pokal in 2021, with a brace in the final against Leipzig. In the summer of 2022, Haaland moved to Manchester City for a transfer fee of €60 million. He quickly proved himself to be the perfect piece for Pep Guardiola. In the 20,222,023 season, Haaland scored 52 goals in 53 matches in all competitions, breaking a series of records. Haaland became the player with the most goals in a Premier League season with 35 goals, surpassing the old record of Alan Shearer and Andy Cole 34 goals. Scored the fastest hat-trick in Premier League history when scoring 3 goals in 19 minutes against Nottingham Forest. Haaland was an important factor in helping Manchester City win a historic treble Premier League, FA Cup, and Champions League in the 20,222,023 season. Haaland started playing for Norway's youth teams at a very young age and made a splash when he scored 9 goals in one match at the 2019 U20 World Cup, helping Norway beat Honduras 12-0. This is a record for the most goals scored in a single match at the U20 World Cup. Haaland was called up to the Norwegian national team in 2019. Since then, he has become a mainstay of the team with an excellent scoring record. As of 2024, Haaland has scored more than 25 goals for the national team, including important goals in Euro and World Cup qualifiers. Haaland is the youngest player to score 20 goals in the Champions League, achieving this feat in just 14 games, breaking the previous record of Harry Kane 24 games. He also became the first player to score in 5 consecutive Champions League group stage games while playing for Salzburg. Haaland has won many prestigious individual awards, such as Golden Boy 2020 Best Young Player in Europe, UEFA Player of the Year 2023. Many times received the title of Player of the Month in the Premier League. With his achievements for both club and country, Erling Haaland is not only considered one of the best strikers in the world today, but also a potential candidate for the Ballon d'Or in the future. But can this goal machine maintain his form and continue to break records? Erling Haaland, despite being considered a player with a professional attitude and disciplined lifestyle, has not been able to avoid noise and controversy throughout his career. From complicated family relationships, a private life that is rarely publicized, to conflicts with experts, the press and fans, Haaland is still a focus of public attention. Erling Haaland is the son of Erling Haaland, a former Norwegian professional footballer who played in the Premier League for Leeds United and Manchester City. The relationship between Haaland and his father is considered to be very close. Erling is not only an inspiration but also a main agent and advisor in his son's career. However, the Haaland family was once in the spotlight when Erling was subjected to a very dangerous tackle by Roy Keane, Manchester United legend, in 2001. This incident led to a feud that has lasted in English football history. Interestingly, Erling Haaland later chose to join Manchester City, Manchester United's arch-rivals, as part of Sweet Revenge. Haaland is known for his introverted personality and is sometimes seen as too cold in his interactions with the media and teammates. Many journalists have criticized him for his unfriendly attitude in interviews, especially his short answers or joking attitude when asked about his achievements. A prominent example was a post-match interview in the Champions League when Haaland was asked about his playing tactics. He simply replied, "I just run and score goals. Simple." While this answer was loved by fans, it led to criticism from some journalists and experts that he lacked depth in analysis and self-expression. Some opponents have complained that Haaland's goal celebrations, especially his meditation on the pitch, have made them feel provocative. For example, in the match between Dortmund and PSG in the 2020 Champions League, Haaland performed a meditation gesture after scoring, and then the entire PSG team responded by making a similar gesture to mock him after they won the match. This controversy raised questions about whether Haaland should change his personal expression to avoid causing unnecessary conflict. During his time at Borussia Dortmund, Haaland was criticized for not defending and contributing to the team's overall play. Some teammates were reportedly unhappy with his tendency to wait for the ball instead of helping out defensively. This led to rumors of internal conflict, although Haaland has never spoken publicly about the issue. When Haaland joined Manchester City in 2022, his salary was revealed to be around £375,000 a week, making him one of the highest-paid players in the Premier League. However, this was also controversial as some experts said Haaland was too young to receive such a huge salary, and the pressure would be on him. In addition, Haaland's signing with many big sponsors such as Nike and Puma also sparked debate about his focus on football or commercialization. Haaland was spotted at a nightclub in Norway in 2020. Some videos showed him arguing with security there. Although the incident was not serious, the press criticized him for participating in inappropriate activities as a professional footballer. Haaland later explained that he was just with friends and did not do anything that crossed the line. Although Haaland is very private about his personal life, there have been rumors that he has dated a Norwegian model. But the two have never confirmed the relationship. Haaland has often avoided questions about his love life, focusing on his football career. In one interview, Haaland joked that, "The balls I score goals on are my girlfriends." Erling Haaland is not only a phenomenon in modern football but also the center of debate among fans and experts. With his unique playing style, outstanding physique, and incredible scoring efficiency, he has attracted admiration from all over the world. However, besides the compliments, there are also many mixed opinions about Haaland, especially regarding his technical perfection, playing style, and personality on the field. Fans often call Erling Haaland by nicknames such as the Terminator, the Goal Machine, or the Norwegian Beast, emphasizing his incredible scoring ability. At Borussia Dortmund, Haaland set an impressive record by scoring 86 goals in 89 games. After moving to Manchester City, he continued to shine when breaking the record for scoring in a Premier League season with 36 goals in just 35 games in the 20,222,023 season. Pep Guardiola, Manchester City manager, once said of Haaland, "Haaland is a special player. Not only has talent but also a strong desire to win. I have never seen a young striker with such an ability to score goals in the penalty area." Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool manager, also commented, "He is like a beast on the pitch. With Haaland, you cannot defend in the usual way." Experts consider Haaland to be a modern-day number 9 striker, who not only knows how to score goals but also has the ability to coordinate and stretch the opponent's defense. No matter which league he plays in, he adapts quickly and shines, a rare thing at such a young age. Despite the praise, some experts still point out areas where Haaland needs to improve, especially in terms of his ability to handle the ball in tight spaces and his versatility. Gary Neville, a former player and football pundit, once said, "Haaland is a great goalscorer, but if you put him deep, that can be a problem. He needs to improve his ability to combine with midfielders and handle the ball in tight spaces." Some argue that Haaland's success is largely due to the fact that he plays for strong teams that cater to a striker. The question is, without players like Kevin De Bruyne or Ilkay Gundogan to support him, would Haaland be able to maintain such a high scoring rate? Haaland is a great player. But imagine if he played for an average team, would he still be a goal monster? Jamie Carragher, Sky Sports football expert. Erling Haaland is a shining star of modern football, admired by fans and highly regarded by experts. However, like any young player, he still has some areas to improve before becoming a complete legend. However, no one can deny that he has reshaped the perception of a modern striker and will shine for many years to come. Erling Haaland has become one of the world's top strikers. With a long career ahead of him, he is expected to win many titles and set many more records in the top leagues. Teams like Real Madrid and Barcelona are said to be interested in Haaland in the future, but he may continue to stick with Manchester City for a long time. With his ability to play in many positions across the front line and his extremely consistent form, Haaland could become the most valuable player in the world in the future. His young age, only 23 years old as of 2025, further increases his value, as big teams love to invest in young talents who can serve them for a long time. Erling Haaland currently has a sky-high transfer price. In the summer of 2022, when he moved to Manchester City from Borussia Dortmund, the transfer fee was around €60 million, a bargain price for a player with great potential like Haaland. However, after an impressive performance in the Premier League and Champions League, Haaland's value has skyrocketed, far exceeding the initial transfer price. Currently, football experts estimate that Haaland's transfer value could reach €200 million, or even higher if he maintains this form in the following seasons. Especially if Haaland wins more important titles such as the Ballon d'Or or helps Manchester City win the Champions League, his value will increase sharply. Haaland's transfer value chart over time. A chart showing the growth of Haaland's transfer value since he moved to Man City. With his impressive scoring ability and excellent form, Haaland has signed a very attractive salary contract at Manchester City. According to confirmed information, Haaland receives a salary of about £375,000 per week, equivalent to £19 million per year, equivalent to about €22 million. With his impressive achievements and the records he has set, it is completely reasonable for Haaland to receive such a high salary. This helps Manchester City retain him in the long term and creates conditions for Haaland to continue developing his career at a top team. In the future, if he continues to maintain high performance, Haaland's salary may be adjusted, with the possibility of up to £500,000 per week or even higher. Erling Haaland is currently one of the best strikers in the world and will continue to be a hot name in the transfer market. With an impressive transfer fee and high salary, he is a player expected to shape the future of world football. With outstanding ability and a long career ahead, Haaland will certainly go further, and may be the successor to the great legacies of legends like Ronaldo and Messi in the future.